We people are watching some of these things we missed from the '80s series. So I'm going to move into another piece here as we've done. What have we done? We've done things that we missed just kind of in the stadium. People, shirtless Hoosiers, theme songs.
Yeah.
Last time we did uniforms, the stirrups, the colors. So today I tried to come up. Here's 4 things I missed from the '80s, media related. I'm sorry, I don't buy a newspaper. I miss going to my grandpa and stealing his newspaper in the morning and looking at box scores and reading like good stories and journalism and notebooks and stuff. I know they put it all in STL today. I just kind of miss it being in the newspaper. I know I could go get the newspaper,
Right.
but there was something about reading about it from Rick Hummel or Kevin Horrigan because you knew that was the only place you're going to really read this stuff. You were only going to get kind of the meaty stuff. And Bernie would really sort of kind of dig in, and if things were going bad, he would attack. So I missed that. Let's say I missed Bernie Miklasz being a newspaper reporter.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go on. I miss bringing the radio to the game, Mike. Everyone, I remember the guy in the bleachers. Not only would I bring my own or have my own headset or whatever sometimes, but the guy in the bleachers, he would just play it for everyone. So if you didn't want to hear it, I miss that people don't bring the radio to the game anymore because it's, now you would never be synced up if you tried to using your phone and trying to listen to Mike Shannon. I liked hearing Mike Shannon do the game. I love hearing Jack and Mike do the game. I miss people bringing radios to the game.
I get that. And I'd say to couple with that, and hopefully this isn't on your list, but the voices
It's on my list.
of the 80s as well. It is on your list?
But it's definitely part of it. Yes, the voices of the 80s.
So if you think about it, all over, Jack Buck certainly, Harry Carey's a part of that. Al Michaels nationally doing baseball, I thought was a guy that was really good.
I think of Vin Scully being an 80s announcer because he did Game of the Week as a child for me up till 1989. I know Vin Scully worked till 20 whatever year, but I always think of Vin Scully as Game of the Week Saturday afternoon. I knew I could hear him on the Dodger games, like I said, but there was something about him being at the Cincinnati Reds Pirates game or him doing so that was a big one. And Ernie Harwell and even like Tom Brenneman. I remember you could like as a fan, I know Costas talks about this all the time. When he was a kid, he would get in his dad's car and try to hear the other games. You could like get, WLW 700 Cincinnati. I did the same thing as a kid. I would get my little radio out at 11 and you could hear the Texas Rangers games and you could hear the Astros games. You could hear the Reds games. And I thought that was so cool. This is before cable and all the satellites and stuff. So I missed that.
And
the announcers,
and because of that, it gave those radio broadcast announcers an opportunity to be storytellers, to be trustworthy people. And the guys were, bigger than newscasters were. They were guys that you counted on to be there for you because you had no other way to consume. And they had it in a different light. So, that's something that you miss out of the 80s. And now, we're losing those guys. Everybody that we mentioned is for the most part gone now. And it's tough. So miss the voices of the 80s for sure.
But I will say I did get excited as this is ramping back up. I have a few teams I watch because of their announcers. I love the Cubs broadcasters. I think it's fun. I love
radio or TV.
TV. Well, I like and I like Pat Hughes too. But Len Casper, Jim DeShays are great. The Mets guys, Ron Darling, Gary Cohn, Keith Hernandez. They're just fun, but Keith is curmudgeonly and Darling is analytical and Gary Cohn just knows everything about. And then of course the Giants guys and you see these rankings all the time on Awful Announcing or The Athletic just did it. And these are the guys that are always number 1, 2, and 3.
I know who I like watching. I know who I don't like watching.
Right. And that's but mine is the TV presentation of the game.
The KPLR.
Mine was Channel 5. I'm thinking of Channel 5 into Channel 11 because Channel 5 had Jay Randolph and Mike Shannon and Jack Buck would show up. And then you had Ken Wilson on Channel 11 later. But there was not a ton of graphics all over the screen, and they weren't forcing all these stupid ads for the damn jersey that they're giving away or the Fox Sports koozie. I get it. But it's just the game breathed. And guy would hit a home run and you'd see him go into the dugout and you didn't have to see 15 frickin' replays of what I just saw. I just want to see what's going on now.
Don't you want the data on the exit velocity?
No.
The launch angle?
Don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
No? You don't want that, Brad?
I don't care.
Give me that all day. We're different like that, Brad.
And I love being able to just every game is I can literally just get every game on right over here to the left of me. I could turn every single game. But I miss like ESPN 1:30 in the morning. Oh, what happened? I want to see that game in the Dodger game. What happened in that Dodger game? Oh, here's Chris Berman and Mike Tirico to tell me about it. Or when I would wake up at 7 a.m., I missed a bunch. They would just run baseball highlights like 15 minutes straight. There was none of this, is LeBron is better than Michael Jordan? Let's debate. Yeah. There was just highlights. I miss it.
It's a consumption difference, yeah. I even remember in the, almost going back to the 2000s where fantasy stats weren't live. You'd have to wait till the next morning to see them as well. And that's just going back, a decade. So, but yeah, going back to the 80s, it was definitely a different way to consume baseball. And we loved it.
And we liked it. Was it Adam Sandler? All right, baseball card time, Mike, and then we'll go.
Yay. Please have better practice.
Sorry. Yeah, I've ordered some new ones because we're still working our way through the 90 Fleer.
Yeah.
So hold on one second here as I put my phone down and try to open these because these are hermetically sealed. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
That's what you get teeth for.
I do like sound effects, like the theater of the mind, if you listen.